Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and let's talk today about how to get rid of the competition. Now, I'm going to be talking about the competition in the relationship. So let's imagine you're suspecting your man to be with somebody or be interested in somebody, and you kind of are diligent, you want to get rid of that person or you want to return the person back. But so there is somebody who you're competing with, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, you are competing with that person. So this video will be of how to get rid of that person. Now I will tell you my example and I will tell you what you need to do. Because when I was in this situation, unfortunately, nobody was telling me what to do. They told me to get divorced, which I did. But it could be changed. You see, I'm kind of happy that I got divorced. I really was not that much into that guy. But if you are really feeling the man, if you don't want to break the family, then maybe this is a video for you. Now, I would recommend you also to watch the video on betrayal. I'm going to include it here, and on jealousy, because for the most part, betrayal doesn't come just because. It comes for a reason. And when I was betrayed, when I was cheated on, it was twice, like in a really serious relationship. It was when I already was so much betraying myself for so long that there was just no other way but for somebody else to cheat on me as well, to betray me. So I would watch those videos at first. But let's imagine you're in right now, there is no really time for you to become woke, to kind of analyze yourself, to work with yourself. Let's imagine there is somebody who you want to get rid of, and this is very possible and very easy, honestly. Once I will tell you my story, you will understand how easy it is. So this will be for this particular situation. Now, if you have somebody who you're competing at work, for example, this will also help you, because for the most part, anything or anybody is present in your life only until you allow it to be present. Once you kind of decide that somebody or something does not have to be present in your life, they will somehow harmoniously, not harmoniously disappear. And I did it. I did the same steps at my work with the colleagues that I was not very fond of, with my bosses that I was not very fond of. But at that moment when I did it, I was already a Reiki practitioner and then a Reiki master, so I knew exactly what to do. With the guys that were cheating on me, I didn't know what to do. I was basically just intuitively doing it, because you just need to stay sane. So I will give you the steps and you will be able to do it. Now, again, as I said, it's really energy draining, so I wouldn't do it unless you really want to get rid of somebody really fast. Now, I would not also advise to do any kind of magic tricks or anything like that. I mean, like putting the name in the water and put it in the freezer. I mean, it does all work, but it's a little bit from a little desperate and dark side. You can do all that. You can get rid of a person much faster, much easier, in a more holistic, more natural way. So let me tell you my story. If you think that I'm right now, it's been many years since anybody cheated on me, because this just doesn't happen. I don't believe in that, and my energy is much stronger now. It's impossible to cheat on me because I don't cheat on myself, you see. Now, but before, I was not like this. I have a lot of water, so I was always very emotional. I was also very attachable, and I would dissolve myself almost in man in the relationship, and it was obviously wrong for many reasons. But at that time I didn't know what I was doing wrong, so I intuitively kind of was doing this and holding on to the person. The first time I got cheated on, I was in a relationship for a few years, and the guy was cheating on me with multiple women. And he knew I'm not going nowhere, so he kind of allowed him. So yeah, I would get angry, I would separate from him for a few months, and then we're back to the same routine. So the second time, it was my second husband, and I mean, I went all in, because he was a husband already, and I couldn't believe that a husband could cheat on me like this. It was not really my feelings, but my ego that was hurting, because he was posting on his Facebook. At that time it was Facebook that was popular, how they're like happy together. She was posting all over, my love this, my love that, and now I was watching it like a hawk. I would check her page like 3-4 times a day, just for any new updates. I mean, why would they do that? I don't know. But the point is that I was hurting myself, and it was hurting me very much. I mean, I think like probably 4 months of my life just went down the drain just because that's what I was doing. I was feeding my energy, that situation, the guy and his new love. Now, at one point, though, I guess inside I was a little fed up with the situation. There was no resolution, and I didn't know what to do. And I had my mom. My mom, she was visiting me at that time, and she was observing me. And my mom is energy of air. And as you know, air does not get attached, and definitely air has this queenish energy. So my mom, with all her presence and her kind of was everything that she would say or anything, she wouldn't try to hurt me, because obviously she saw I was already hurt and I was already down, but she would, with all her presence, was showing that those people were not really worth the fight or even my attention or anything like that. And for many reasons they really didn't. So what I did, I made myself I really pushed myself, and I basically blocked the girl, I blocked him, and I never looked at her profile till this day. So that was my decision, and I just went cold turkey. I basically blocked them. Now, but the guy didn't just disappear from my life. I mean, he did reappear. Apparently, they broke up soon after I stopped watching them, and they never been together. And so many years passed by, and he still is trying to get into my good grace, trying to talk to me, trying to get back into my life. So anyways, the whole point, I was not telling you this just to tell you, look, karma is a bitch, or that he will return, or you will be a winner. No, I don't really care for the guy. I don't care for her. I wish both of them happiness, and I wish them at that time happiness. I wish it would not hurt me that much. Now, if I would do what I know today, that relationship would never even happen in their kind of case. They also had a child, so I know they would never. So just imagine, she got pregnant while we were married, and she had the child, So anyways, the point is that would never happen if I would want to, if I would do what I need to do energetically. So if you think that I never been hurt, you're mistaken. That was really those 3-4 months. I mean, I think I lost so much weight. I was almost a skeleton, which is very strange for me. But I'm grateful to my mom. She pulled me out. I mean, I went to every single day off or weekend. We used to go I went to Niagara Falls, to Washington DC, to Philadelphia, to all the kind of sightseeing around New York. So I'm grateful to that situation. I really did put myself out there, and I did everything I could to forget about him. Now, I wish I knew what I know now, because it was hurting, and I went into the next relationship hurting still. So, and the next relationship didn't work out well. Why? Because I chose the guy solely based on my pain. So I just wanted somebody to basically be nice to me, kind of like that, and that's obviously wrong, always wrong. So my energy was not where it used to be, it was lower. So I chose the guy who was matching the low ones. Once I went back to my normal self, I mean, the guy is still here, and I tried to pull him up, and it didn't work. So anyways, I just wanted to quickly tell you that I went through this, and I know a lot of people went through this too. Now, did I make a lot of mistakes? Yes, I did, obviously. To start with, I should have never married him. But I did marry him, and I was cheated with somebody. So anyways, the thing is that I wish I knew what I know now, and I wish that would never happen, or if that would happen, I would just smoothly left. Intuitively, I did what I had to do, but it gave me a lot of pain. Now, let's imagine, so I'm right now talking about if you have solid proof that your man is spending time with somebody else. I'm not talking about some imaginary kind of competition that you're thinking might be, so that he liked somebody's picture somewhere on Instagram or Facebook, and now you believe that he might be cheating, because that could not be the case. Now, you in your mind creating the situation, that situation will appear in life. I'm talking about a real competition, somebody that you really know is physically alive, somebody present. Like me, I knew that she existed because they lived together. And when I came to visit him, I mean, I stayed in a rented apartment and all that. So, and I saw her basically on Facebook all the time. So now, again, this is not my usual content, and I hope you understand that this is not what I would do right now. Right now, I would never get to the situation where I have a competition. First of all, because I don't compete. Second, because that would never happen. I don't even believe that somebody could cheat on me. I believe we could grow apart. Yes, that could be possible. But I don't believe somebody would disrespect me this much. And I don't believe I would get myself to the point that somebody has to cheat on me. You see? Now, if we grew apart, there's no problem. I mean, we can go our separate ways. I mean, everybody's free. That's not a problem, really. But I'm not going to be actively searching or competing with somebody. That would never happen. And I can promise you, I would rather not be in a relationship than being in a hell, in a living hell like this. So what do you need to do? First of all, you need to, I already mentioned this, but you need to decide, do you want to get rid of the competition, or would you rather move on and live your life differently? I mean, you see, in my heart, I was happy that he cheated me because it was an easy way out. I just, all I needed to do is get a divorce and bye, you know, I'm not a bad guy here. So it was a good thing for me. Now, if I would decide that I want to stay with this man, like, I think even the previous one that was cheating on me also, I was almost happy that he did. So, but if I decide, if we, for example, have a happy family and it just happened, I would get rid of the competition with my energy work and everything. Now, I ask you, do you really want to get rid of somebody? Is it ego speaking, or do you really want to be with this guy and get, you know, and get the other person out of your side and his side? Again, it needs a lot of focus and a lot of energy, and you can use that focus and energy into something else, maybe on your projects, your development, maybe money, maybe another relationship, even maybe on nurturing your kids. So again, it's a lot of work. It's energetic work, and energetic work always requires some focus, some persistence and all that. So unless you really want to stay with this guy and that woman just not disappearing, I would not even try it. I mean, if he chooses her, let him, you know. Thank you for showing me. But if you decide, so make a decision first, then what you need to do, you need to take all the energy from that woman or women, I mean, I don't know how many there could be. You need to take your energy from her and from the whole situation 3 times a day, at least for a week, because you already put a lot of energy out there. That situation, their relationship is very charged with your own energy, and now you need to kind of to take that energy away. And most of the time, if you will take all your energy back, their relationship will just become bland for the most part. So this is how you do. You basically say something like, I take my energy back from that person, from Nancy, and all the situations with her, like this. Energy gets purified and comes back to me, like that. This is how you do it. You say it 3 times, and do it at least 3 times a day. So in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. If she comes up in your mind all the time, do it more often. The more you think about her, the more energy goes in there, and that's what shouldn't be happening. So you would need to do this for a week. You need to do it for a week, and you need to do it like in a, you know, you don't really need to feel anything, just as long as you're saying it with a strong intention. If you want, you can imagine how your energy comes back from her, like it's this pearly kind of white. It just like flows to you like little cloud. If you want, if it's easier for you, but for the most part, you don't need to do nothing as long as you put the intention, and your words are your intention. So you will do that for the whole week. Again, the words are, I take my energy back from the person and all the situations connected to her. Energy gets purified and comes back to me. So something like that, something in this. You can even take energy from your husband as well. I would very much suggest, because if you're too much in there, you basically just your energy is too much in their relationship and not in yours. All right, so this is what you will do the second time, at least a week. You would need to do it at least a week. Now, then, this is hard, but still, you would need to do. You need to feel absolute neutrality to her and like a mild gratitude. Why? Because you see, when you are angry with her, your energy is very charged and your thoughts are very charged. You're basically giving so much energy to her without her even asking for it. Now, when you're neutral, there's no energy movements at all. So it's not necessarily in a relationship with anything. So, for example, if you worry about the money, that situation, lack of money, will be draining you. If you don't worry about the money, then nothing will drain you. You will be like just by yourself. So the same here. Now you need to feel absolute neutrality. I mean, I know it's hard. I know she kind of ruined, but it's not really her fault. It was somewhat her husband, your husband, and then also you also played a huge part because you were betrayed. That means that you're betraying yourself. So ideally, you need to feel like, okay, well, thank you for showing me, let me work on that. Let me work on myself. Let me work on my relationship. This is how you need to feel. I actually felt somewhat like that to that girl. I felt like this. I mean, if it wouldn't be her, it would be somebody else. Now, what I couldn't understand is she knew that, because I wrote to her once, she knew that he was married. She knew that I was not going to give up on the relationship, at least in the beginning. That was strange. This is what I couldn't understand. I understand if she but I think she was pregnant at that time or something. So the point is that you should feel neutral. This is these are non-negotiables. You must do them. If you want to get rid of the competition, this is what you need to do. So you must feel neutral, somewhat grateful. If you could not do the grateful, because if you start feeling grateful to her, the energy starts coming from her to you. So now she is losing the energy, you see? It is a very kind of interesting concept and a very interesting trick. So like me, for example, if somebody is upset with me, well, it doesn't happen often. But if there is somebody who is unhappy or something with me, I will start saying thank you to them. And now they have nothing else to do but to sponsor me with their energy and with their good wishes. So anyways, this is what you will do. Then you need to really focus on not thinking about her. If you pull your energy back for a week, you will start feeling less about her. This is actually something I did. You see, when my second husband cheated on me, I was not working with energy yet. I didn't know nothing about energy or anything at all. But somebody, one of my friends, she was not she was a friend from college a long time ago, and so she basically said, because I used to put this sad stories on my Facebook at that time, I think, and she told me, listen, there is this trick you can do. You can say these words and the energy will come back to you. And I'm like, okay, fine, send me the words. So I was saying them. I was pulling the energy back without even knowing what I'm doing. And the more I was doing it, the less I was thinking about that girl. And then at one point I was like, okay, that enough is enough. I just blocked her basically, and I stopped watching her profile completely. So, but this is what you need to step in kind of, and you need to force yourself not think about her at all, like she does not exist. And here you will be you will be triggered by the universe. So you will start kind of, okay, I'm not thinking about her, and then she suddenly will show up at your doorstep. So, or maybe she will call your husband and you see her her phone number or something. The point here is you could not think about her completely. You see, the faster you will be able to do that, the faster she will disappear from your life. I guarantee you that. So this is what you will do. All you think about is you and your partner. That's it, because there is no relationship outside of you two. There is you and there is him, and that's all it is. So you're not thinking about her at all. If it's some kind of imaginary competition that you have in your mind that you believe he might be interested in, you don't think about them at all. I could not stress it enough. It's very important. The more you will think about others, the more you will charge that person energy, and that person will reappear. Like I will tell you, I had this guy and I loved him very much. Well, at least I thought I did. And he made this tattoo. On his tattoo there was a girl and the dog kind of howling at her. And the girl was really cute, she was blonde, like with this long kind of slick hair. As long as tattoo can show. And I was very jealous to that girl. Can you imagine? I thought it was a real girl, even though he showed me a catalog and he showed, this is what I choose. But for some reason I believe that that girl is real. She looked too real to be to be just somebody's imagination. And I kept on like persisting. I was asking him. I was like, I could not let it slide. Like I couldn't stop thinking about that. And you know what happened? So a girl that they went to school with, not even him, his friend, she came to visit them from UK, and she looked almost similar to this girl. And when I saw her, I'm like, look, this is her. The girl is on the tattoo. And so his friends looked, and they're like, oh yeah, she looks very similar. But honestly, I spoke to him after we separated and broke up. I asked him, did you really put her? And he's like, no, I swear to you, I chose the picture from the catalog. It could have been anybody, but I chose her. And that's it. So what I want to say is that I created the person just by focusing on my insecurities and on that tattoo of his. She's a married woman. She didn't have to come from UK, and actually she divorced and she came to United States, you see? And yeah, they were not dating. He started dating somebody else. But the whole point is that I created that woman because I was so focused on the picture on his arm. So no focus. Now, another thing is, another exercise will be energetic. This is what you're going to do. I did it a couple of times. I did it with my colleagues. And I did it also with a couple of my clients. Not my clients now, but my clients prior. So if you want to strengthen any kind of relationship, you need to imagine, you need to vividly see how your auras are mixing up, kind of, especially if you want to have a strong relationship with a man. So imagine this is me and I have an aura. Let's imagine my aura is pink, just for the sake of this exercise. And here is a man in front of me, my man, and his aura is green. Don't imagine nobody's aura black or brown or any of these colors. Just somewhat colors that are natural to nature. So let's imagine it's me. I am with my pink aura around me, and the man is with his green aura around him. And now I imagine how these two auras become one bubble. So, and the colors mix, pink and green mix, and then it becomes like kind of dirtyish kind of color, but it mixes together, and I can see how pink goes into the green and green goes into the pink, and I see us both in this bubble. And you might be surprised, but this is a very, very strong exercise. This exercise was given not to me, but one of my we used to study energy together, and she had issues with her boyfriend at the time, and our master told her what to do. So since she was doing, we all were practicing, and I didn't have nobody at that time, so I was practicing with everybody. I remember I was doing it for my friend because I thought our bond is not strong enough, and my God, that girl was calling me every single day for the next 2 weeks. Then I was doing it with one of my clients who was a little skeptical about trusting me with his investments. I also did that. It was also a mistake because then he started showing interest, and I basically did this with some people. I did it with men as well. I don't do it now because I feel like it's forced. But if I would want somebody, this is what I would do. So you need to imagine your man like a phantom of him and his aura, and you just combine your auras. Now, there is nobody else who can get into your aura, just you and him, and that's all you need to keep. You need to basically hold this kind of image at all times. So let's imagine your man is going to work and you're at home. You imagining that your aura is just basically spreading like this. It's partially with him and yours with you, and you're still in this bubble, even though there is miles between you two. Like this, if you will imagine like that, nobody will ever be able to invade the space of your relationship. It's very powerful. So do this. That you need to do for at least 10 minutes every single day. While you're doing this, you need to feel really good towards your husband. So you, or boyfriend, or whoever it is, you really need to feel like you enjoying the relationship. When I was doing it with my friend, I was really like, I was doing it just because, I mean, we were all doing, so it's like, might as well. So I was just remembering how we have fun every time we go out and how amazing it is, and this and that. And that's basically it. So you need to do something. With my clients, I just basically, I was just saying thank you to them, just to make the energy softer and more positive. All right, so the next thing that you need to do, you need to stop bringing her up completely. So you're not talking to anybody, you're talking to your girlfriends, and they're asking you, well, how is that girl he's dating? And you're like, I don't think she is any longer, or I don't want to talk about it, or I think that they're not together anymore. Like this. Do whatever you want, but don't speak about her at all. Why? Because you're reconfirming particular beliefs, and once you reconfirm them to another person, to another energetic being, it will be very hard to take it back. That's why I always say, don't speak bad about anybody with your friends. Also, don't gossip, don't do nothing else, because you're the one who will feel bad. So ideally, you should feel like, well, with my man, we're trying to work it out. I don't think they're together any longer. I don't see her. I don't really want to talk about her. So don't bring her up at all. Don't bring her up with the man. Don't bring her up in your head, so you're not focusing, you're not thinking, like, completely. Once you speak up the words about her, it's like set in stone. It would be very hard to kind of to change it. You know why? Because if I tell my friend that my husband is cheating, right, and then I will want to reverse it, it will be very hard, because now I need to convince not only myself but also her. So don't speak. It's not worth it. I'm telling you always not to speak. Not speak negative about anything or anybody, for your own sanity. It has nothing to do with you being delusional or humble or anything. It just basically, you keep your energy intact. Now you start talking about somebody else, your energy is here, your energy is there. You know, it's like really. like I worked in finances for many years, and the richer the client was, the less they were into gossiping, the less they would bring up their dirty laundry, the less they would be talking negatively about anybody. And it doesn't mean that they didn't have problems. Obviously, when there are money, there is always problems, but they were also always very careful about what they say. So you need to be very careful, because this is the conversation, the words are all energy, and you want to make sure that that you charge right words with right energy. All right, this is what you'll do. So you're not sending any energy. And the last one, I should have put it the first one, but this is the last one. You need to do some kind of self-love activities for at least 30 days. What you can do if you completely don't know what to do, you can just sit on the couch, lean back, and repeat, I'm loved, I'm loved. Why would you do that? I will explain to you. The thing is that when you are raising self-love within you, you basically bring in all your energy towards you. Now, the more energy you bring into your aura, the stronger you become, the brighter you become, the more saturated you become. And now others want to be around you, because you become in this strong, confident, desirable person. So you basically, the more you will, ideally, if you would have enough self-love, you will never be competing to nobody. You will never be in such situation. But let's imagine you are in this situation. Now you need to fix it. You would need to spend at least 30 minutes proving yourself that you are loved, loving yourself, healing yourself from the inside. This would do the trick even faster than everything else. I promise you. Because once I really worked on my self-love, I mean, there's no man, like, I just don't believe why would anybody would prefer somebody else over me. Yeah, we could grow apart again, but it doesn't mean that they would have to choose somebody over me. It doesn't make no sense. And I want you to understand this. The more you usually we're competing consciously or unconsciously with somebody because we believe that we're not good enough. So we're competing to prove ourselves that we're good enough. But when we're proving like this, we're doing it outside. Why would you do this outside? You can do it inside. You can tell yourself, you're the most perfect one. I love you. You don't need to compete with anybody, and that's it. You see, when you're competing with somebody, you basically are trying to get your mom's love. But you're a grown-up person. You don't need to compete with anybody. There is enough love in you to give to yourself, and that's just it. So Start with self-love. Self-love is very, very important. If the more you will do it, the more you will see. You will basically become like you don't really care. Like me, when I stopped looking at the profile for that girl, and then I started traveling here and there. It wasn't exactly self-love, but it was more like self-care. And the more I was giving it to myself, the more I was like, why even was bothering with these people? Like, you see, now if I wouldn't be doing all this kind of activities, and yeah, I understand I was a little chaotic at that time. If I would not be doing, but just sitting and watching their Facebook, they would be thriving instead of me thriving. So that's how it is. Now, me at that time, when I kind of made my decisions, I didn't know what I was doing, but energetically I did everything right. I could have done a little better, but when I blocked her and stopped looking at her profile and him and his profile, I basically removed all my energy out. Then I started traveling, so I removed all my focus away from them because I was too busy. Today I'm going to Niagara Falls. Tomorrow I was going to Washington D.C. Plus I was very busy because I was getting some extra licenses. So there was a lot of new in my life, and it was very exciting. So I stopped focusing on them. All the energy came back to me. And they just separated very, very fast without my support, my energy, and anything else. I think he even chose her because I gave him energy. Now he felt like, so that's why I always say, don't choose a man who is below on your standards, because now he got the energy and he feels he's so great and he found somebody else. And as soon as my energy input stopped, he was not able to sustain her, and they separated. I did a lot of good things for myself, but if I do exactly these steps, it would be much faster. I knew that he was for half a year probably. I knew that he was with somebody, that he was seeing somebody. I felt it. It was not great, and I allowed it to happen. Now I could have stopped it within 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I would have get rid of her, and I would return us together. Again, I'm not unhappy that this happened. I was not really that much into him. It was an impulsive decision, but the point is that it could have been much faster and less painful to me if I would do exactly what I did, what I told you to do. So, to sum it up, nobody can betray you if you are not betraying yourself. If somebody betrayed you, you already been betraying yourself for a while. Please watch the video on betrayal and jealousy. Don't compete and don't look for imaginary foes because you will attract those enemies into your life. Unless you really caught your man in bed with another woman, really don't look for problems. You will find them. So focus on yourself more. Focus on how to better yourself, so he wouldn't even think about looking for somebody. But if there is already a competition and you're not ready to give up the relationship, then this is exactly what you will do. Decide that you're going to go through this. It's a little hard, but needs focus, needs the right energy, needs the right mindset. Then what you will do, you will take all your energy back from that woman and from the situation for at least a week, 3 times a day. Something like I take my energy back from, and all the situations connected to her, energy gets purified, comes back to me. You will do that. Then you completely will eliminate her from living rent-free in your mind. So you're not thinking about her at all. What is more, every time you meet somebody, you never bring her up. You can say we're trying to work out with the man, or I see how it will be. I'm not sure yet. Am I going to stay with him or not? But you are not bringing up another person, no matter what. That's it. I forbid you. Obviously, you're not bringing up that other person with the man. Let him make a right decision on his own. You just move the energy right. So don't do that. And then imagine, so this is the energetic thing that you will do. Imagine that you have an aura, your partner has an aura, you both have aura. It's just, I want you to give color to the aura. Give yourself whatever color you want, give him the color you want. Just don't make it dark, because dark colors are not good for the aura, and you don't want nothing dark really. And just imagine how your auras combine and become one big bubble, and you just inside, and nobody can really penetrate that bubble. Nobody can get into your relationship. That's how it should be. That's ideal. In any relationship, you have a relationship with your sister, you guys have your own bubble. You have a relationship with the child, you have your own bubble. Your child has a relationship with his father, they're in their own bubble. Everybody is like this. It's normal. So imagine how that bubble is constantly present. He goes to work, you guys are still in the bubble. You go into the gym, you guys are still in the bubble, like this, always. And do this for at least 10 minutes a day, at least. And feel good about that, obviously. And self-love, some kind of self-love technique. You can do self-love affirmations. You can just feel loved for at least 30 minutes a day. That's the most important. Once you give your inner child love, your inner child will stop looking for competition, for motherly love from everybody, and you will feel much stronger, much more powerful. Who knows, you probably wouldn't even want that guy, but the guy will want you again. As what happened with all my exes. I mean, they're all knocking at my door, even though I don't want them. And even the ones that cheated, I mean, this is the most stupid thing. I mean, you cheated on me, don't you understand? And they still want to come back, because obviously right now I'm much stronger, much more powerful, and and they desire and they want you, and they believe they have a chance, just because a long time ago I was vulnerable and I gave them a chance. So it is that easy. That's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I didn't want to put too much information, because it's really not what I'm teaching. Again, you always need to look within yourself. The betrayals don't happen just because. Betrayals happen because you're waiting for them, you're expecting. You need a proof of something. So for example, why I was looking at that guy and his tattoo, because I believed he was too good to be with me. I really did believe like this. And so I was looking for any little sign of him cheating. But the guy is masculine, so he was not really cheating. He was, for the most part, just focusing on making money and expanding himself. I mean, he was very ambitious and energy of air. So he was not, the men like this don't really cheat. But I was so focused, who knows, maybe he will, I need to catch it before it will happen, that I was jealous to a tattoo, the woman on his arm. I was so jealous that that the universe had to prove it to me that, yeah, it does exist. So I mean, it was very funny in that situation. Until now, he's always telling me, I can't believe you're jealous to the tattoo. But this is exactly what I want to say. Don't focus on the outside, focus on the inside. Why I was doing this, again, because I didn't believe that I was valuable enough, lovable enough, that the guy was better than me. I didn't have enough self-love. I didn't have enough self-strength. And this is what happened. If I would had a lot of self-love, that would have never happened in a million years. So don't do my mistakes. I mean, if you already did, then do the steps that I gave you in this video, and your man will be back. He already chose you. He's going to stay with you. Trust me. I did the similar steps to a couple of my clients, and it was like this process. As long as you have with the right focus, you see, as long as you're focusing right, as long as you're doing everything, I give a week, 2 weeks tops. I mean, not even that. All right, that's it. Please send to all the heartbroken ladies that would benefit from this. Let them, if you have questions, ask. I mean, I do really hope that it would help. Again, look within yourself, don't look outside. But if there is already somebody outside in your face, then these are the steps that you need to do. But ideally, it's always inside, always something that you can do inside yourself. All right, that's it. I will see you in the next video. If you have any kind of ideas on new videos, please let me know, so I can record them for you, so I can expand the subject that's interest to you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody. Enjoy your day and enjoy all your relationship.